I can't imagine that this country is going to choose to endure another 4 years of the Biden administration. And if that's the case, if in fact we do put this entire operation out to pasture in November, I have found the perfect job for Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. I was barely a teenager when 4 Los Angeles police officers went on trial for their galling and stomach-turning beating of Rodney King, whom they had pulled over for the unforgivable crime of speeding on the freeway. So vile was his offense that it took 21 members of the California Highway Patrol to grace the scene, 17 officers to supervise as the 4 others assaulted King with nightsticks. And then it happened. All of them were acquitted. And as Los Angeles erupted into riots, I always thought to myself how amazing the criminal officer's attorney must have been to convince a jury by apparently looking at them and saying, "What you see with your own eyes, what the entire country has witnessed." Nope. Never happened. Don't be fooled by reality. Well, whoever that attorney was, I think he or she may have met their match when it comes to gaslighting. Check this out.
Prices are down for eggs, milk, toys, and TVs. Gas prices are down by $1.90 from the peak after Putin's war began, and wages are rising and higher than before the pandemic.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, look, to be completely fair, there is a way that these things can be true. This is what politics is all about. Somewhere, some toy has a price that is cheaper than it was a few years ago, like Beanie Babies. Used to pay top dollar for those monstrosities until people finally figured out they were cloth sacks with plastic pellets. So yeah, some toy prices have come down. And eggs and milk are probably cheaper too than they were, relatively speaking, during World War II. So as long as you don't specify when you're marking the peak of prices, you're not technically lying.
It's not a lie, if you believe it.
As far as wages, look, I can only speak personally. For me, it is true that I am making more now than I did a few years ago. But it is also true that my wages have not increased at the same rate as my expenses. My wages have not jumped 20% over the last 4 years. But we are paying 20% more for our groceries. We are paying 25% more for our energy and electricity. And I don't think we're alone. And that's why I can't believe that going into an election year, this is going to end up being a wise strategy.
And the data shows, as you just mentioned in your question, inflation is moderating. You see jobs created at more than 14 million jobs. Unemployment is at under 4%. All of those things is part of Bidenomics, and you will certainly hear the president talk more about that.
Right. It's the Rodney King cop attorney approach. What you see with your own eyes on your receipts, what you are staring at when you open your bills, what you feel every time you look at your bank account. No, that's not really real. Don't be fooled by reality. Things are great. Bidenomics is working, and we're proud to campaign on it.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
For the sake of American families everywhere, I truly hope there will be a better option.